What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here for part 2 of our Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Seattle Seahawks. Part 1 did not go to plan. I mean, there were some good things. We won 2 divisional titles out of 5 years. We brought back Richard Sherman in free agency, reuniting arguably the greatest corner Seattle's ever had with the team before he decided to retire. So we retired as a Seahawk. And then after a frustrating year where we shouldn't have made the playoffs, but we did with like a 6-win playoff team. Russell Wilson declined our contract in season, and then I forgot to offer him the franchise tag, so then it went to free agency, and I gave him the most money I could for the 2-year contract that he wanted, and he still declined. So we were stuck holding the bag. And in our final draft of part 1, we were able, though, to land both Warren Gallagher, 80 superstar X-Factor quarterback, now a scheme fit, and Julius Ramsey, 78 X-Factor out of Kansas, almost a scheme fit. So we got 2 brand new players, hoping that they can be the next Russell Wilson, the next Marshawn Lynch. You pair that with DK Metcalf, who's a baller. Definitely need to build. Well, I think Disley's solid at tight end. Our O-line, for the most part, out of the center spot, is good, and I'm hopeful that I could draft a center this year. That will be a suitable starter. But generally, I'm happy with the O-line. I think if we can get another wide receiver, a wide receiver and center, and the offense is looking pretty. Really, a wide receiver, center, and I would say guard, but we have a 77 guard that honestly will be the guy that could take over for Trey Turner, who's entering his final year of his contract. Defensively, little bit of a different story. The D-line, we got Xavier Thomas, who was really our first big draft pick out of Clemson. He was actually a superstar dev, won Defensive Rookie of the Year, had an insane rookie season, went up to an X-Factor, and he's now one of the better edge rushers in the NFL. We still have Jaron Reed, Poona Ford, but generally speaking, you could say outside of Xavier Thomas, probably could do a better job on the D-line. Reed is set to hit free agency. In the secondary, we got Griffin, who is 28. Ooh, I was going to say he's 28, he's 30. Trey Flowers, we need corners bad. Our safeties, we have Julian Blackman, who's 81, and I think 27, which is fine. Work with that. Marquise Blair, who's 79, 28. Could still work with that. Linebacker core, we have Griffin. Bobby Wag, still doing his thing. He's getting out there in age. He's regressing. He's 35, but still playing at a very high level. Superstar X-Factor. Jordan Brooks, the 2020 first-round picks, up to a star dev at 27 years old. So, I mean, generally speaking, on the offense, we need a center and a wide receiver. You look at the defense, pretty much D tackles, D end, corner, linebacker. Can't go really wrong anywhere on the defensive side of the ball. So hopefully, the drafting 2 superstar X Factors in one draft is only the beginning. And we can continue to hit home runs after home runs and do exactly what we need to do to build up Seattle to win another Super Bowl. Time to back up the Brinks truck. We're spending money. 2 of the top targets here. We got Rondale Moore, 25 X Factor. We needed a wide receiver. Well, they're hard to draft, and this is a very easy way. There's a competitive bid there, number 2 from Detroit, but as you can see, we've gone all in. We've paid him as much as I feel comfortable. Fair offer was 90. We're offering 107. We got Kyle Pitts at tight end, top bid there. Will Disley regress? I didn't think he was going to regress just yet, so, I mean, I think only has 2 years left on his deal. We can still utilize 2 tight ends, but Pitts has a very, very high ceiling. And then we just got Benjamin, needed corner. As you can see, the drop-off, we have 30-year-old Griffin, who's an 80, he's regressing, and the number 2 corner is a 60 overall. I don't want to have to put myself in a position where I have to draft like 2-3 corners in the draft. So at least Benjamin on a 2-year, he's solid, 27, 79, star dev. Good God, we got all 3. I got to go out and buy a lottery ticket. My luck right now. First round, I got a really good DN that you'll see in just a sec, but here we go into this. Look at this, 4th round, 7.5 combine. Okay. Cool. Looking good. This draft looks like, at least on paper, could be as strong as... Okay, well, I don't think any draft will be as strong as in 2 X Factors, but it could be in that realm. In the first round here, we got Vaughn Stork, outside linebacker from USC, scheme fit, 72 with a hidden dev. No idea what the dev's going to be, but, we always could add some more depth to the linebacker core. You saw the pick of Austin McFadden of Michigan State, 75 hidden dev, scheme fit route runner. I mean, when you look at the landscape of wide receivers, you did just pay big money for Rondale Moore. We have DK Metcalf, and while I believe I saw in free agency, we'll double check before we get into the regular season, that Tyler Lockett went up a dev trade to a superstar X Factor. Lockett's regressing every year, so it's good to have that wide receiver that will be able to take his spot, so we always have 3 good ones. We got 69 D tackle, 69 O tackle, a couple corners, and a okay-looking kicker. Right foot forward, year 6, feeling good, feeling spry. Looking at our offense, Rondale Moore, we got an X factor coming in. Lockett went up to an X factor, even though we're not even going to use that ability. We bring in a hidden dev wide receiver to pair with our other X factors. Kyle Pitts, big get at the tight end spot. O-line is looking really stout, really outside of center. Flip into the defense. We got a brand new corner, Benjamin, trying to come in and shore things up. I don't know. We're going to have to probably have one of our safeties play the slot because we only really have 2 solid corners on the roster. D-line outside of Phillips, still a work in progress, but Richmond went up a dev trait somehow. I don't know what he did last year to go up, but sure, I'm not going to complain. And then our linebacker core, we have Wagner, Brooks, and our hidden dev linebacker, Stork, our second rounder, will be getting the start at left outside linebacker. Generally speaking, though, this should be a 9-10 win team minimum. Hopefully we can go out there and do it and execute. So at the midway point, pretty happy with where we're at. 5-2. Niners are looking good this year. We have the tiebreaker with one less loss. So that's, I don't know, we got a weekly award winner here, Gallagher. Cool. Everything's looking good so far. Can't be too upset about that. Look at that contract first. Oh my God. Xavier Thomas wants $100 million. I mean, he has been solid. Might not always be there with sacks, but sacks and TFLs combined have been very nice. We got Babineau at tackle. He's also fairly solid. Don't want to let him walk. I mean, understanding that we're going to getting ready to dish out a $100 million contract, we're kind of going to have to be frugal for some of these guys that are just okay. Like 77 normal, 78 star, but he's 27. Trey Turner, Griffin. Yeah, I would say maybe we should kill Griffin, but you know he's going to regress. He's going to regress below an 80. So I think we'll come back for Thomas, and then that'll be it for right now. I thought we were making the playoffs for sure. We were like 6-3, and we finished 9-7. Man, we only got 3 rebuilds. This and 2 more rebuilds left, but I cannot wait for this to be over, man. This is ridiculous. I guess there could be an argument to be made that our team still trend. You know, maybe next year will be the year that we're actually like juggernaut. I still can't believe this. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was 6-2. Whatever. At this point, you can't get upset about Madden. It's just we're going through the motions. You know, I'm on the roller coaster ride just as much as you guys are watching it. 3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns for the QB, over 1,000 yards for the running back, over 1,000 yards DK Metcalf, Rondale, 8-5. Yeah. Kyle Pitts was solid. Lockett was fine. Defensively, Bobby Wagner, a whole bunch of tackles. 8 sacks. Richmond, 7. Didn't pay Richmond. Paid Xavier Thomas over $100 million. I hate this. The sim. Yearly awards, Carson Wentz, MVP. Hey, at least it wasn't, you know, Mitchell Trubisky. We didn't have anyone win any awards. Let's move on to the next season where hopefully everything will be sunshine and rainbows. Free agency class is really bad too. Not a fun start. Benjamin, what? That corner we signed went up to a super because he probably had a bunch of tackles. Look at the rest of these corners. Feel like I want at least one, right? I don't know. Rock Ya-Sin on a 1-year deal. One less corner we have to hit on in the draft this year. But everyone, man, it's a garbage free. Like running backs, super old wide receivers, super old tackles. And anytime there is a good guy, it doesn't have a dev trait to justify the money. So we're going to hold on here, year 1. The draft was below average. Not a brutal draft. Able to get a couple guys here. In the first round, we needed a center. And we got Byron Harris, 77 hidden dev at a Texas Agile. But I think, obviously, Agile, that's what you like to look for in a center. And he only goes down 1 overall point. So very happy with that. Plug and play there. 7 D tackle Gordon Jennings out of Michigan State. Got a 68 corner. And then I simmed out because the rest of the draft was butt cheeks. Year 7. Come on. Got to be peaking. Our team has got to be peaking. We got the X factors for days on offense. Rondale Moore, 95. DK, 93. Gallagher should probably break the 90 club this year. We have a brand new starting hidden dev center, first round draft pick. Got a little bit of a hole at right guard. Couldn't find a suitable replacement Trey Turner, but I still think, generally speaking, very happy with the O-line. Skill positions are on point. Flipping to the defense, D-line is, it's not the best. Definitely not the best. Oh, we missed looking at the stats. Bobby Wagner, surprised. Maybe not surprised. He was getting up there in age, but he retired. Dev traits are promising, really, on everyone else outside of the D-line. Benjamin went up to a superstar dev. Only signed him on a one-year kind of flyer deal and excelling here in Seattle. Definitely going to play himself into a new contract because he's in a contract year. But yeah, D-line's not the best. Not a lot of depth that's in the corner. Oh, Blackman, I didn't even notice. Julian Blackman went up a dev trade. He has been another guy that's kind of going off here a little bit and taking well to the scheme. So, fairly optimistic that our really good players, fairly optimistic. Let's reword that. I have a little bit of hope that our good players play like good players and we can make the playoffs here in year 7. Woo, baby, 3-5. Last place. This could be the year we get fired. In case it's not, contracts. We got Trey Pippen's at tackle. I think 5-year deal for him. We have so much money. So much salary cap that a lot of these contracts, it's just, do we want them or not? Because we have the money to pay them. Look, punter? Yeah. Give me the punter. Benjamin? Yeah. Give you a 3-year deal. Disley, replaceable, pretty much. Ooh, see, Lockett, gotta have to move on from that. What is it per year? Yeah, that's not bad, but we already have our 3rd wide receiver. You don't really need to pay 4 wide receivers in this sim. So we'll come back for Julian Blackman and Pippins, even though I'm not open. It's 50-50 that we're gonna have a job next year. Didn't make the playoffs. Didn't get fired. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, we have the hidden dev there on the center. Kind of want to see what that is. It's star. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, but all our X factors are not really amounting to anything. I will give the benefit of the doubt that our D-line could be better. This is not like we're a freakishly overpowered team, but it should be better than 8-8. Gallagher had top 10 in yards, 26 touchdowns. That's, not brutal. Over 1,000 yards for Ramsey again. Pitts, McFadden, Mondale Moore, DK Metcalf, all, solid Madden sim receiving numbers. Excuse me. Defensively, Godfrey led the team, stepping in for old Bobby Wags. He's been his understudy for a couple years now. 107 tackles, 7 TFL, second half, 4 picks. Okay, might have something there. 12 sacks, Xavier Thomas, 15 TFLs. Happy with that. 3 picks, Blair, Treywick. Okay, generally speaking, not overly disappointed with the defense. It's just I don't know. The Bears are scary. Do I just make my offense, my playbook, the Bears? Will that make things easier? For individual awards, I'm not... Oh my... Look at Chicago. How good are the Bears right now? They're unstoppable. They're godly. I'm going to say we have at least one more year. If we fail to make the playoffs, there's no way we don't get fired in year 8. So a big year 8. See if we can improve the D-line here, especially in this offseason. I can't remember a time I've spent this much money in free agency, but we're going after it again. We got Solomon Reedy at free safety. I'll move him to strong to take over for Marquise Blair. We had the biggest bid there. And then we got Jacobs. Artie Jacobs, 82 guard. Would have to move him to be our starting right guard. And we hit at 50%. Debatably, guard was the bigger of the two needs, but now I don't know if there's still a safety that's there for an upgrade. Oh, well, I guess we go Burgess. He was my initial target. Sure, 77 scheme fit, not a liability. Another year, draft number very happy with. In the first round here, we got Tyamone Kelly from Ole Miss. Never heard that name before, but 75 hidden dev, needed a D tackle. Not a scheme fit, but the talent is definitely there. We can work around it. Second round, we got Stanford here, 71 normal dev corner, not bad. Third round, 70 hidden dev D end, Lorenzo Forbes at an A&M scheme fit. So I definitely like that. There might be a chance, honestly, he could start. Third round here, we got Kenya Will Height, strong safety from Middle Tennessee State, 70 with a hidden dev, is a scheme fit as well. So it's good depth, and that is a good dev trait. Could emerge as a potential long-term start. I get a 67 tackle, and then I pretty much simmed out the draft. Ooh, the computer got me a 69. Nice. We're gearing up for year 8 in what surely will be our last year if we don't make the playoffs. Just continually underwhelming year after underwhelming year. We have an 88 offense. Hopefully it can carry the load here. X Factor, Rondale Moore, DK Metcalf, and McFadden. We have Kyle Pitts at tight end. Offensive line has never been this strong. Not a damn thing wrong with that offense. Flipping to the defense, still a work in progress. The ratings aren't great, but outside on the D-line anyways. But we got 2 new hidden devs. There could be something special there to pair with Xavier Thomas, who had a little bit of a breakout year last season. Looking at... Wait, what is that? Oh, Quan. Okay, never mind. Looking at our corners, this Benjamin just keeps growing and growing. Has he gone over 100 tackles last 2 years? He hasn't even. He's gone up dev trait since he's been here. Dev traits galore for this goddamn Seahawks team. We cannot not get guys with dev traits, and they just find a way not to perform. I'm happy with the linebacking core. Stork is up to a superstar dev. I'm pretty sure he went up a dev trait last year, which he did. We got, Burgess and Blackman in the secondary at the safety pairing, which is solid. I mean, even though our defense is only great now, it's a 79 overall. There's a whole lot of upside there. So come on, don't make me get fired. I need a Super Bowl win. Unbelievable. I mean, I was looking at this. I was like, all right, sim to mid-season, weekly award. Okay, 4 touchdowns, looking good. Then went down, and we are 3-4. Ha! Might as well spend my money because it's probably not going to matter when all is said and done. How? How has this not worked out? I just don't know how this hasn't worked out for us. We should be one of the more prolific teams in the National Football League. Yet here we are every year. It's a struggle, a goddamn struggle to be above 500. So, I mean, for whatever it's worth, I'll get DK and Ramsey locked up. But I think if things stay the way they are right now, we're going to be we're going to need a cardboard box and bring them in the office at the end of this season. Back-to-back rebuilds that we have been fired. I suck at rebuilding, I guess. 7-9-0, yeah, below 500. Looking at the stats for my old Seattle Seahawks. It's not a bad year, okay? 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns. Get my goddamn mic by my face here. It's not a bad year from the quarterback. Running back, he's always underwhelming for an X factor. None of our receivers went over 1,000 yards. Shocking. Godfrey, actually, I was disappointed. I think seeing where he would take it as he's the understudy to Bobby Wagner. He's been sensational since he started. 121 tackles, 5 sacks, 3 picks. Had 4 picks last year. No one really getting after the quarterback from sack standpoint. We had 4 total interceptions, and one of them was a D-end on one fluke play, Jerry McClendon. Yearly awards MVP went to Josh Allen because, of course, I mean, Gallagher was 4. We had an MVP candidate. We still get fired. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. When was the last time I actually won something in a rebuild? We got the Vikings rebuild, got fired, didn't win anything. Debatably got fired in that one. I can't remember. I think we might have ran the whole gauntlet and not won anything. Could have got fired. Kansas City Chiefs rebuild, got fired. And now in Seattle, fired. So that's how we're going to be finishing the goddamn rebuild series here on the channel. There's only 2 teams left. We have New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. I don't think I'm doing anything differently, and I make a joke of it. I don't think there was a patch. I don't think there was something crazy that came out of nowhere that I don't have a different mod running. I'm just doing me. I'm doing the same thing that's given us probably like an 80% win rate in our realistic rebuilds. Right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wins. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm 17-9 if I'm taking a win-loss record here for the rebuilds as we enter the final 2, because obviously for Washington, Miami, Chargers and Packers. We didn't do an official realistic rebuild, but we pretty much did because we did, for Green Bay, a Jordan Love rebuild, like right after the draft, which essentially it's the same thing. So we're 17-9, and 3 of the last 9 come in a row, and we got fired. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on, fellas. But hashtag fix Madden franchise is about all. At least these bad rebuilds, the negative results, the just garbage stuff happening in the sim is happening during this hashtag fix Madden franchise movement, so I can continue to post these videos, to share these videos, and say this is not good enough. You know? So that does it for me today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 52 of Flashback Pinks and our next rebuild, the penultimate. I believe isn't that what you call it? The second to last. We'll be back with a New York Jets rebuild on Monday, and hopefully we can get back in the win column and finish this thing out strong. So thanks for watching, all that good YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace out.